Okay, so we are about to start it. So first of all, guys, for all of you that know me or you don't know me, my name is Frank Monterrosa. I am the Sales and Business Development Manager at Orders in Seconds. So today we're gonna be, covering the Mastermind monthly training. This is a very interesting topic. Suggested quantity feature in the OIS Pro App. Look, we're going to be reviewing some interesting things that you guys are going to take advantage of this. But before we, before we get started, let's go ahead and answer what is the suggested quantity feature and how you guys as distributors can take advantage of it. So the suggested quantity feature is being added to the OIS Pro with the intention for your salespeople, for your sales team to become advisors to the retailers on how much products to purchase based on their sales, aiming for a fill rate of 95% or more. So this is crucial, guys, for you guys that are in the distribution business. The main idea of this suggested quantity is for you guys, for your sales rep, to advise the retailers how much merchandise they should have right there in the in stock. So before we review a live scenario, let me tell you a quick story that is related to this specific topic. This is a live story that happened to me last year. So last year, my family and I went on vacation for 2 weeks. And, we went to a nice city in Latin America. And, we rented a house through Airbnb, as you guys have done it maybe in the past. But this is the thing, we got to the city. And when we got there, my little son, started asking for his yogurt. Where's my yogurt? Where's my yogurt? I got my youngest son loves yogurt. I even call him the yogurt boy. And he started, that he wanted his yogurt. But the good thing is this, the house that we have rented, right there in front of the house, there was a mini supermarket. I'm sorry. So there was a mini supermarket right there. And, we decided to go to the store. So when we got to the store, we started looking for my son's favorite yogurt. And guess what? We find out that they didn't have it. They didn't have it. And the thing is this, my son has favorite yogurt and favorite brand. I mean, for some reason, he liked this specific brand that I won't mention it for some reasons, but he loves it. He loves it. And in that specific mini supermarket, they didn't have it though. And what happened is this, my son started crying that he wanted his yogurt. He wanted his yogurt. And we were at the store. And guys, I was new in that city. I didn't know the city very well. And we had to make a decision, right? So at that moment, we decided to go and find another store nearby. And thanks God, we found another one like 2 blocks away. We found this other store, and we were able to buy the yogurt that my son wanted. And at the end, we ended up buying some other things, additional things that we needed for the house and for our staying. And that was it, right? And the thing is this, for the rest of our staying, we continue visiting the store, buying items, additional items, and that's what happened for at least for 2 weeks. So that's important. And look, that's from a consumer perspective. This is something that happened on the daily basis, right? But let me tell you this, on this scenario, I want you guys to be aware of what happened from the distribution and retailer perspective. So this is basically what happened. We went to the store, right? My son wanted the yogurt, but they didn't have it. I mean, they sell it, but they didn't have it at that moment. So what happened is they didn't have it, and me as a customer, I had to make a decision, either buy a similar item, another yogurt, another brand. But the thing is this, my son didn't want it. He wanted his specific brand and flavor. So I ended up going to another store. But this is actually what's happening, guys. And this is what I want you guys to pay attention to this. From the retailer perspective and from the distribution perspective, what happened in that scenario is that retailer and the distributor lost the sales. Not only the sales of the yogurt, but the rest of the item. Remember that when I ended up going to the other store, I bought some additional items, and those additional items, they didn't get to sell. So they lost the sale. They also lost the customer. Even though I was not a frequent customer because I was on a vacation, but I stayed there for 2 weeks. So meaning on those 2 weeks, they didn't sell me anything because the first time that I went, they didn't have the yogurt that I was looking for. And the other thing is they lost it for a competitor. So see how important it is. And this is why we have this great opportunity to help you guys, to help you guys as a wholesale distributors and help your retailers keep a 95% or above fill rate. So this is where we have came out with this new strategy and something to be to consider. This is not something that we had just added to the OIS Pro because we think it's going to be useful. This is basically what the big companies, the big corporations are doing, the manufacturers are doing. They already, and if you have noticed, usually most of the time when you go to the store, you always find, the products of the big manufacturers like P&G, Kraft, Wrigley. Most of the time you always find the product because they have perfected this strategy, and this is something that we wanna bring it on to you guys so that way you guys can take advantage of it. But this is the great thing. It's already in the OIS Pro app, and this strategy could be implemented for both solutions, right? Or for both channels. For the pre-sales, if you're doing pre-sales, visiting the stores, you can apply this strategy and you'll see how you can take advantage of this one. At the same time, if you're doing DSD, you can also take advantage of this. But this is the question. The question is this: how much to restock current inventory on hand? So the retailers is always asking that question. And you as a distributor also asking that question: how much merchandise should I have on that store? How much merchandise should I have on that supermarket? And that's the question that we need to solve today in order to be more effective and in order to increase the sales. So let me tell you this. There's two ways that you can find out how much merchandise or what is the suggested quantity that you should have on each of the store for each of the items. So the first one is this: if you are selling to bigger supermarkets, you probably have negotiated a space on the shelves, right, on the racks. So they have given you, hey, this is the space that I'm gonna give you. So you know already how many you should have as a suggested on that rack, because you cannot go above or you cannot have less than that, because there is nothing more frustrating, guys. And this is important. There is nothing more frustrating to go to the store to buy your favorite item and discovering that they don't have it, discovering that they don't have it available. That's frustrating. That's why we lose customers, we lose opportunity, and they go to our competitors, right? So in this case, the two strategy is this: if you have already negotiated a space on a supermarket, you know already what is the suggested quantity that you should have on that store. But if you're dealing with small stores, small businesses, restaurants, it could be, in those cases, you know, they don't give you space. But look, that's why data is so important, guys. So what I mean is, based on the historical transaction, based on the historical sales, you should be able to come up and say, hey, look, on that restaurant for this specific sauce, this is what I should have right there. How are you gonna come up with the data, right? With the historical sales. So that way you always, when the consumer goes to the store, they always gonna find the items that you're selling. And here is where it comes, how this thing works. It's very simple, guys. So in this case, once you have already defined what will be the suggested quantity for the item for that store, this is how we're gonna help you with. Notice that I have physically with me a mobile phone. So let me show it how that's gonna look like on the mobile app. And look, before I go to the app, you're gonna have to define the suggested quantity for that item for that store. You know, we're gonna help you on our CRM system, our OIS central system, how you can add the suggested quantity for that item and for that store. I'm not gonna be doing it today because of the time, but later on, if you guys are interested in knowing how to do that, we can give you that training with no problem at no cost. So that's important. So again, once we have already defined that information in the central system or the CRM system, this is what's gonna happen. Let me go ahead and open the mobile app. Let me know, can someone let me know if you guys can see my screen, please?
Yes, Frank, we can see your screen.
Okay, you're seeing it. Okay, look, I'm gonna go straight to the OIS Pro app. I am not gonna get into the details on creating orders and all those type of things because that's not the main objective this occasion. But what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna go to the store, right? Once I have the store, I'm going to select that I'm gonna create an order. Once I click on it, look, if you have already established the suggested quantity, take a look at this. Me as a sales rep, I will be able to see the name of the item, what you have already in stock. See what it says right here, suggested quantity? That's the quantity that you have already added in the back on the system to say, hey, this is the suggested quantity that I have negotiated, or this is the suggested quantity based on historical sales, historical transactions that I should always have on that store. So take a look at this. When the sales rep goes to this store, right? If you're selling to a supermarket, this is what you're gonna do. You would say, hey, on this item, I should have 30. So you're gonna start counting how many items do you still have left on those racks, right? On those shelves. So if you say, look, right now, I just counted them. You can even do this. You can even go ahead and scan the items that you have right there on the shelf. And once you have counted, look, you're gonna put right there how many you have physically in that stores. And in this case, if I say 15, take a look at this. When I put the 15, automatically it's telling me, hey, look, this is the suggested quantity that we should always have in the store, making sure that nobody comes and they're not gonna find that item, this specific item. And this is the reorder that we need to advise. Remember that that's the main intention of the suggested quantity. Advise the store manager that in order to keep the 95% fill rate, you should reorder 15. So in order to keep that 30, right? Based on the frequency that you visit in the store, based on that's how you're gonna come up with the suggested quantity. But the system is already telling you, right? Hey, look, physically I got 20. So if I got 20, hey, you should reorder 10. So you should approach the store managers and say, hey, in order to make sure that they always gonna find items, this is what we should reorder, right? 10 or more. That could be 10 or more. The other thing is this, we have some scenarios where that distributors empower some of the sales reps for them to make decisions. Like in this case, if they say, hey, look, with this store, usually they have been buying more than usually, meaning that there's more rotation of the items. So in this case, we can enable this option for them to update the suggested quantity. Let's say it's not gonna be 30, it's gonna be 50, right? So they can go ahead and update it from here. When they do update it, from here, it's going to be updated on the central system. So that way you continue doing and applying this strategy on and on. So once you finish, take a look at this. You do the same thing what you're usually doing, right? Create the order, make sure that you send the right order and send it over to the main central system. So again, guys, let me go ahead and go back to this. So the main intention of this is to help you field sales rep in the field boost their sales, because most of the time they're not selling more because they don't have visibility of what is the suggested quantity. And by doing that, look, by doing that, you're going to empower some of the customers to become not only order takers, they're going to become advisors, and that's going to generate value to the store manager whenever you guys are collecting the order. And the other thing is this, remember, the retailer doesn't know how much merchandise they should have in the stock. So you're going to become advisors, and you're going to help your retailers keep 95% or above in field rate, because that's going to help then as retailers, and it's going to help you as a wholesale distributor, right? So I want to give you visibility with this. And this is what I have been saying, right? That the data is so much important. So imagine this scenario. Let's say on this scenario, the focal coconut, right? And this focal coconut this is something that you have already in the system, right? We're gonna have, what is the suggested quantity for that specific store. With that specific store that I have selected. In this case, it's 170 Food Bazaar, right? So when you go to the store and see what it says store count, if you count 20 and you only sell one, and the reason is this: sometimes the sales rep is just creating the order based on what the store manager said, because they don't have visibility of what should be the suggested quantity. Like in this case, if they counted the items that I have physically with them, that would be 20. So what that means is what they should be reordering, it should be 30, but they're not doing it though. So in this case, they order one, that means that they didn't sell 21. Why? Because they didn't know. And here's where it comes the opportunity. See this ones that I haven't read? Those are the ones that you have great opportunity to improve, to increase your sales. Notice this: if you're not selling those 21 items on that store for that item because you already came up with the right suggested quantity, hey, you're losing sales. You're losing sales for 20 items that you're not selling them, and that represent money. And imagine that's just for one item. Imagine that for the rest of the item on that store, and imagine that rest of the item for the rest of the store. That's a lot of money though. And that's why we gotta be more efficient when we're doing this. We gotta work smart. And that's why, guys, We want to help you with this. That's why we have it added. Again, as I said before, we haven't added this because we thought it was going to generate value. We have added this because we work with big manufacturers, with big distributors that they're already doing this. And what we're doing, guys, is basically bringing the strategies that, big corporations are doing, putting this strategy into the hands of the distributors so that way you can be more efficient. Because remember, in you guys that have previously talked to me, this is our philosophy. If you guys grow, we're going to grow together. That's what we're looking for on adding these new features, this new functionality, so that way you can take advantage of this. But this is the thing, as I was saying before, look, you're going to be empowering your sales rep in the field, your DSD, because as I was saying before, this strategy could be implemented on both channels, right? Pre-sales and DSD. How are you going to your field sales rep? Well, you're going to help them make sure that they increase their sales orders by up to 20%. And at the same time, since they're going to become advisors, they're going to be helping the retailers to keep products all the time. Because as I was saying before, there is nothing more frustrating than going to a store to look for your favorite item and discovering that they don't have it available. That kills business, guys. That kills business. If you guys are not aware, this is the right time to start implementing this. And the other thing is this, you become trusted advisor because of the thing I was describing. And the other thing is this, what are the benefits for the wholesale distributors? Well, the benefit is this, you're going to be able to increase the return of investment by up to 50%. Why? Because you're going to have more sales by increasing sales up to 20%. Remember, if the sales rep are able to increase sales by 20%, that same thing is going to happen to the distributor, right? And the other thing is this, you're going to be able to reduce idle inventory by 15%. So guys, it's important this, and let me this. If you guys would like to learn more, make sure that you guys can schedule 15 minutes meeting, and I will go over, in this case, I'm going to go over the details. Clara, are we going to send the link so that way they can join, they can schedule a 15-minute meeting with me?
Yes.
You can, okay, perfect.
Yes. Everyone in the chat, if you go to the webinar chat, you guys can see there, I just included the link to schedule a 15-minute meeting with Frank, so you guys can learn more about this feature.
And on the top, just put, I would like to learn more about the suggested quantity. And again, I'm going to take the time to go over into details to enable it on your account, to start doing some testing and start playing. My suggestion is this, to start monitoring a few items, right? The most important items that you have, and start coming up with the right suggested quantity for some of the stores, and start monitoring that through the report that I was showing you, this one. So that way you're gonna know, once you find out, hey, here's where I come, here's where I see opportunities, here's where I can do improvements, I can do, help, and then we can continue doing that with the rest of the items, with the rest of the store. So again, make sure if you need those 15 minutes with me, you just go to the link that Clara just posted on the chat, and I will be more than happy to, sit down with you guys and go over all the details on this suggested quantity. Perfect. So let me know if you guys like what you have seen so far. Again, we are so excited that this is gonna be helping you guys to increase your sales. That's our main intention, to work together, to grow together. And now, look, some other interesting news that are coming. Look, for some of you, look, I have received many many what is it? I've received so many people telling me,
Requests?
requests. I'm sorry. Thank you, Clara, for helping
You
me out.
got it.
You know,
I got
I've
you.
received so many requests. I've received so many requests of the existing customers that they do want to handle inventory management with the barcode scanners. So now, guys, we're gonna be launching soon these two solutions. The first one is the OIS inventory. Just to give you an idea what's gonna happen for all of you that are doing pre-sales, collecting the orders from the field and sending all those transactions to the main office, you're gonna have the flexibility to grab all those orders and assigning it to a specific warehouse picker, or you can assign it to everybody in the warehouse and they will be able to use a barcode scanner, being able to scan all the items, all the orders, and once they have it ready, it will be easy for you guys to do fulfillment and generate the final transaction. So that way you're not wasting time in the warehouse. So that's coming soon. And the other one is the OIS delivery. So the OIS delivery is the one that finalize the distributing cycle. That's important because some of you are doing deliveries, and some of you are printing out the final invoices and are giving it to the delivery guy. But the thing is this, you guys don't have visibility of what's going on in the field with those invoices that they're delivering. So in this case, with the OIS delivery, we're gonna be able to have all the transactions already on the mobile app, and you will have full visibility of what's going on in the field with the delivery guy. You're gonna know if out of 10 stores that should be delivered today, if 5 of them had already been delivered without the delivery guy came back to the store. So that to the warehouse, I'm sorry. So in that case, that the OIS delivery is gonna help you again maximize sales, help you save time, money, and resources. So stay tuned because those new apps are coming pretty soon in a couple of weeks. And well, guys, I would like to thank you. Really, thank you for attending our mastermind training. And again, if you guys haven't booked the 15 minutes with me, please do it. Please do it on the link that Clara has posted on the chat. And also, if you guys would like to get a hold of me, you see my email right there, my phone number, my extension is 150. You can contact me at any time. And look, just for you guys, if you guys would like to have more specific training in some other areas, make sure you also put it on the chat, so that way we continue helping you guys, adding value to your business. So Clara, I guess we're gonna open it to questions. If
Yeah.
any of you guys have any questions, I will be more than happy to give you answers.
Yeah, guys, if anyone has a question on the suggested quantity feature or anything else, please feel free to send it in our Q&A chat or in the regular webinar chat. That's fine too. So we can go ahead and answer any questions you guys may have. If you guys just want to let Frank know that he did an awesome job today, give him a thumbs up, let him know in the chat too, because we're looking at that too.
In the
right.
meantime, Clara, let me answer a question that someone asked me yesterday that I was doing a
Sure.
presentation and I was showing this a new feature that suggested quantity. So they were asking me, hey, Frank, can we generate some other reports out of this information that we're collecting from the field? And the answer is yes. Look, the report that I was showing you right here, this is just in a standard report that you guys can use. But if you guys would like to generate some other report specifically for store, for item, you know, different filters or different things, because remember, data is crucial for you guys to make decisions. So again, that's why it's important if we can make you know, 15 minutes room to sit down, find out, you know, what your necessities are in this specific matter, and I will be able to, you know, guide her through how could this be implemented correctly and what type of reports you're gonna need in order to become more efficient in this matter. Do we have any question, Clara?
We don't have questions, but Carlos did have a comment. Carlos Mercado, he said, thank you, Frank. He said, I had a customer talk to me about it yesterday, but I had no clue it was coming up. And he said, I promised to call him back when it would be released. Now I should give him a quick call to keep him up to speed. That's what he said. So
That's right. That's right. And again, for all of you, and that's the great
yeah.
news for all of you that are already using the OIS Pro. This new feature is already available for you guys. So please, if you guys would like to take advantage of this, make sure that you schedule the 15 minutes with me so that way I can guide you through the process and come up with the right information. Come up with, if you don't know what should be the suggested quantity for each of the stores, I can help you out with this. Again, based on two things, on negotiations that you have done with the store manager, or based on historical transactions, right? Because that's going to give you the idea to say, this is the right quantity, and I'm going to start monitoring what's going on. If I'm losing sales, I'm increasing sales, and all those type of things that I've been describing on this monthly training.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Again, guys, I'll put the link in the chat, and we do have another question too. Right now that they want to know, is there any additional cost to this new feature?
Look, the answer is not. The suggested quantity feature is totally available for all of you that are using OIS Pro. It's, if some of you are using, because remember that we have two versions, right? The OIS Basic, which is specifically for order taking, and the OIS Pro that has more functionality. So if you're using OIS Basic and would like to migrate to OIS Pro, again, contact me and I will help you on this. The other thing is this, in order to answer that question properly, to enable the suggested quantity on the OIS Pro is free. But the thing is that if you would like a specific reporting, or in order to enable the reporting, that thing, we're going to have to evaluate it, because that's not part of the standard. So we're going to have to do an evaluation based on the report that you're looking for to monitor that you get the quantity in the sales. And that one, we're going to have to, you know, to evaluate the effort that needs to be done. But again, guys, we're going to be flexible with you guys in order for you guys to take advantage of this.
Perfect. And Frank, I have another question. The question is, can you give training to myself or reps on how to use this feature?
Definitely. Look, for the my suggestion is this: if you are the business owner and you are interested in implementing this new suggested quantity, what you should do is this. First of all, do a 15-minute call with me so that way I can guide you through, find out what type of reporting you're going to be needing. And after that, we can go ahead and get in contact with our customer service team and schedule a training, right? It's going to be easy. It's going to be simple. But again, first of all, we need to have clarity of what your expectations are on implementing this. And we're going to do that whenever you schedule the 15 minutes with me. Did I answer your question, whoever?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
I did. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. Anyone else has any other question? And again, guys, remember that we're going to continue adding more features, more functionality. And again, those 15 minutes that you guys are going to schedule with me, I can, take some time, some minutes to explain some other functionalities that you can take advantage that are available for you guys already on the OIS Pro app.
Okay, so I think that's it for the questions. We could basically wrap it up now when you guys get time, because we ended early today.
Yep. So guys, again, thank you so much for attending. Remember that we're gonna continue doing mastermind training. It is so important for us that you guys can take advantage of what you are already paying. And the main idea is, again, work together and grow together in this thing. Así es que thank you so much. Gracias a todos los que se conectaron en español. Recuerden, ¿verdad?
And remind them to take the survey too, Frank. Remind them we have a survey at the end.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
For all of you that connected, we have a survey that is already on the chat. Make sure that you answer it because that's important, for us to know, how we're doing and what are the things that we can also improve. So thank you guys. Make sure that you guys fill out the survey.
Yes,
It's
yes,
already
yes.
been-
Yeah,
it's
so
already
the survey's gonna pop up as soon as you finish the webinar. It's gonna pop up for everyone. So
okay.
just make sure to, give us your ideas, guys. If you guys have any ideas for webinars that you'd like to see in the monthly mastermind training, make sure to share that with us, okay? Because we, like Frank said, you guys are users of our solutions, but we want to make sure you're using that solution 100%, for your
That
business
is right.
needs.
That is right. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for attending this webinar. And again, here's my contact info, my number, my direct extension, and my email address. You can contact me at any time, and I will be more than happy to assist you. Thank you so much.